Welcome to the BTG180 brief company overview. My name is JR and I'm going to be your host here for the next couple moments talking about an amazing program where we're turning lives around. We're going to spend some time talking about Revenue Shared Squared. It's an amazing program, so if you like the finer things in life or you're looking for more time freedom, you've come to the right place. Now today we're going to discover our history and our global vision, how you can actually participate and help out, and if you really want to get involved, how you personally can benefit and maybe become part of our exclusive Million a Year Club. In the beginning, our owner and his wife were in Thailand in the year 2007, and they reached out to a lot of Hmong Thai children and just started taking care of some kids, established their own orphanage, and that's kind of how the vision of all this started or began. It wasn't too much after that, though. The owner kind of stepped back and saw the global problem where there's 150 million orphan children in the world, and unfortunately millions of children die every year from preventable causes. There's just not enough support or help. Every 6 seconds a child is dying of starvation. By joining BTG180 you can actually make a solid difference, not only in just one child's life but many. Since the beginning of our company, which was July 4th of 2012, we've helped children on many different countries. But the question begs, how can we do more, right? How can we collapse time frames, right? Because 150 million kids is obviously quite large. Well, our founder is not new to success. You know, he's already paid the most money to the most people in the shortest period of time by using the laws of leverage. It was back in the mid-90s that he established a company that grew to about 1 million people in just 18 months. And if you remember, back in the mid-90s, there was no internet, and that was only in one country. So what we have is our version of what we want, which might not be what you want, but our goal is to become the largest company in the world that helps underprivileged and orphan children. But then you take in effect that we're also going to empower people around the world so they can reach their own goals. So it's a win-win formula. We have the ability to go into over 100 countries. Our revolutionary compensation plan, Revenue Shared Squared, is truly one of a kind and amazing. We'll get into that in a minute. And remember, this is part-time and super simple. The late, great Jim Rohn used to say it best. You work full-time on your job, you work part-time on your fortune until the money becomes so extravagant on a part-time basis. Then and only then will you want to make a change, so to speak. Now, before I go any farther, I got to read through the disclaimers, and it says if you make a purchase from BTG180, you're purchasing the e-commerce subscription or you're purchasing BizBucks to use for purchasing products and services. You're not purchasing stock or any form of investment or equity. You must actually use the BizBucks that you purchase or give them away as samples to help grow your business. Now, affiliates who present our products to others in a misleading manner or in a way that leads the buyer to believe that he or she is making an investment or purchasing equities will be terminated. And all commissions and awards will be forfeited. Buyers must read the entire How It Works section on the company's website and the legal disclaimers. Now, automatic translations are provided for your convenience. However, the English terms and conditions are authoritative and binding. If there's ever a conflict in the meaning between languages, the English version shall be considered authoritative. To save time, I'm not going to read through the disclosure. If you'd like to do so, please feel free to stop the video now. So let's quickly cover some of the products that BTG has to offer the world. In our business model, there's 3 distinct categories. One is BTG Cashback, whereas you're saving money by buying products online. It's also giving to kids. Now, there's 5,000 leading merchants and 300 million products to go through. It's just about the kitchen sink is thrown in on that program. Now, we have the BTG Mall, and in there we have our own proprietary product. We have anywhere from healthy coffee to health and wellness to weight loss to alkaline water. The list goes on and on. It's easier for you to just go to btgmall.com and check all those things out. The penny auction, though, is my personal favorite, and that's the one we can do globally right here, right now. And you can find more information and more videos under btgpennyauctions.com. But let's briefly cover this, because auctions are incredible. Most people typically save around 90% or more off retail, and I used to think, how is that possible? Well, in an auction, you need a bid. In our case, BizBucks. And this is our global currency. The premier BizBucks is the basic building blocks of your business, your BTG180 business. And then the subscription BizBuck is our monthly commitment, but I can show you how we can get those for free. Now, both the premier and the subscription, you can use it not only in the auction, but you can also go into the mall and make product purchases with those. Now, there's a retail BizBuck, and that's how retail customers can join in on the fun. But regardless of the decision, remember, every bid helps a kid. So let's just quickly go through, here's a winner of a TV. We see here it's an LG 42-inch, got all the bells and whistles, the free glasses, 3D. It's close to 700 bucks. We'll call it 700. And then we see the winner got it here for under 40. Now, if you want a TV for under 40 bucks and it was $700, would you tell anybody about it? Well, of course you would. And that's the nature of how a lot of auctions get a lot of traffic, as people win stuff at some ridiculous prices. But how does it actually work? Well, every bid going into the auction increases the price of the product only a penny. But remember, it's going to cost between 50 cents and $1. Hence the name penny auction. And then the timer is only 15 seconds. So if there's a new bid, the timer will keep going, resets at 15 seconds. But when the last person puts in a bid and there's no other bids to follow within 15 seconds, then the auction is over. Here we have some more certified winners. We see some common items, iPads, gift cards, jewelry, furniture. We see here the winners got it between 80 and 90% off. We see the retail value is $2,200 and some change. We've got the winning price totaling $135, but then we got to multiply, if these were premier bids, every bid by $1, and there was 13,512 of them. So you can see a very unique strategy and formula here that can create a windfall of income, not only for the company but for the people participating. Now, there's 2 simple steps to set up your BTG180 business so you can earn income within as little as 24 hours, which is very important in today's society. People can get off to a fast start. We've got 4 different packages of what we call the business in a box. And they range from free, you get no BizBucks here, and you're at the lowest possible commission standard is only 10% of the matching bonus. Now the basic package for $250, you get 250 BizBucks and it's 25% matching bonus. Then obviously the standard, 1,000 for 1,000, and you're at 50% matching bonus. But the ultimate package that you're gonna, if you can't start there, you definitely want to upgrade as quickly as humanly possible. And that's because not only do you get 2,500 BizBucks, so you can have some marketing material, play the auction, or go get some really cool products from the company, so you have your story to talk about why you love BTG. But the most important thing is the 100% matching bonus, and we'll kind of get into that. The second thing is the monthly subscription. This is between $10 and $250 depending on where you're at and what you're trying to accomplish. The higher the commitment, the greater the reward and the residual income. But regardless of that, if you get 4 people with the same subscription or higher, you get the BizBucks for free, right? So if you get 4 people with the same subscription that you have, or they have a higher package, you don't have to pay anymore. And that's a very important part of the program, because obviously if you got a business that pays you every day and you never have to pay it again, is there any reason to go away? So this is part-time and super simple. Just 2 customers can produce multiple streams of income. 4 affiliates, though, can achieve the highest level of success. That's all it takes, is 4 people with no volume requirements. They just need to have subscriptions. And you can have 1 or all of the following revenue streams being awarded to you on a daily and a monthly basis. Our compensation strategy is 3 different concepts rolled into one. There's fast start cash, so you can make money within 24 hours. There's monthly residual income, which is a super simple 2-team qualifier. And the third thing is the most important, which is the team revenue sharing, where you're overriding the entire company on a worldwide basis. And this is what can take people from 0 to what I call the amazing million-a-year club. So if we use the advanced package for illustration purposes here, when you go and you sponsor somebody that purchases an advanced package, right? So you're getting the reward because of the product they have bought. We pay 15% on that actual order, and in this case it'd be $375. It was the advanced package. Now that happens for the first 3 people. We call that first 3 the mentor team. There's only 2 elements to the first part of our program. One is called the mentor team, and the next person is called the elite expansion team. And you can have as many people on your elite expansion team as you want to, and then the commission awarded there from the purchase of the business in the box is 35%, in this case $875. Now you can have a 4th, a 5th, a 6th, as many as you want to, but the minimum is simply 4, and now you've qualified to match up to 100% of what your mentor team is going to earn in their team's builder bonuses. Now remember, you got 4, so if they get the same package that you have or higher, you don't even have a subscription, you're home free. So if we look at the elite expansion team, every time they create a mentor team, right, which is the first 3, there's going to be a 20% coding bonus. In this case, $500 per person. There's 3 of them, so it's $1,500. But it's not just the first 3. It's the first 3 of the first 3. and that goes on and on. So there's no limitation to the coding bonuses you can make from your elite expansion team. And remember, you can have more elite expansion teams. You don't just have to have one. You can have as many as you like. And then if we look at the equation here, we have 55 people, 55 affiliates here in the elite expansion team. That creates $25,500, and that can happen in a very short period of time. And like I said, it's not limited to just one team. You can have as many teams as you like. Now if we go back and talk about the first three, right, remember we got a match coming up here. Depending on our package selection, we can match up to 100%. So let's just assume that we've got the $2,500 package, and our first person duplicates the same formula that we just talked about. So they earn $25,500. You get to match up to 100% of what they've earned, and then let's say we help the second person and the third person. Now once again, we're applying the laws of leverage. We've only got a few hundred people here, and the mentor matching bonuses here total $76,500. And if we go back at it in the other $25,000 plus from before, we've already cleared a six-figure income. And we haven't built an army of people that'll go around the world. Now that's just the first part of Revenue Shared Squared. The second part is to take all the subscriptions and put it into a whole nother series of pools. And so we're going to take 60% of all the orders from all over the world, break that up, and then as we put our first two people into the system, right, and there's nothing different here, it's the same two people that we talked about earlier. Remember, it took 3 people to get to the mentor team. Here we just got the first 2. We're going to get another income check from the first 2 people called the community pool. When we put our third person in, and then the team itself does 5,000 subscription volume, if we used the 250 as a benchmark, that would be 20 people on the team, we would get another series of income called the mentor pool. And then from there it just goes up as we add our fourth person. Remember, that's the magic number again, is 4 people, or however many we want to add. Then the volume of the team, as long as we have a 250 subscription from this point, the volume of the team pushes us up the ranks, so to speak, to the VIP 1 through 7, and that's a total of 2,000 people. Now the income stream that can be produced here on a residual basis can take us from a few dollars to a few $1,000s to 5 figures a month to multiple 5 figures a month. And then when you get past VIP Pool 7, the next title is Presidential Ambassador, and that's if your team on a global level, remember we got 100 countries to work with, gets to 6,000, and we're talking about the 250 package for illustration purposes only. We're going to give you a free car. You get to pick between a Porsche Carrera convertible or a Mercedes CLS 550 AMG, and then we're going to give you a $10,000 shopping spree to go get a new wardrobe. And then, most importantly, every 3 months or every quarter thereafter, you're going to get another $100,000 lifestyle quarterly bonus check. So remember, this is in addition to everything that you're already earning. Also at Presidential Ambassadors, the teams keep powering down. You can keep making more and more money, but we're going to cap it at $250,000 a month. We're going to give you a position long before that happens above yourself, and you can build another team. It only has to do 50% of the work to go through the pools again, and we're going to take the limitation of the cap off. And if you make it to Presidential Ambassador a second time, you're going to get another bonus for $225 for an exotic car, a yacht, an RV, or a home. The choice will be yours. And then if you want to keep working, we know money won't be an incentive. We're going to establish an orphanage. So you've tripled through the pools, then you're going to have an orphanage established in your name somewhere in the world. And then the fourth time, the last time you can do it at the presidential status, you can then have a hospital, a church, or a school established in your name, which is, in my opinion, kind of tricked out, right? You get to have a orphanage and possibly a hospital named after you. That's pretty amazing. Presidential Elite is, though, our highest title, so every time you make it to Presidential Ambassador, you can make it to Presidential Elite. So you can do this not once, not twice, but 4 times. But the initial time you make a Presidential Elite, that would be 12,000 people on a global level. Then the bonuses, the guaranteed bonuses, are going to add up to be $1 million. That's what we call it, the Million a Year Club, because your quarterly bonus and your monthly bonus is going to make it $1 million a year. Then you still have to calculate all the bonus pool checks from the community through the VIP 7, and then you're going to match the first 3 people 100%, and then remember the first three of the coding structure to infinity. You've got that money as well. So that's an incredible incentive package there that just about anyone can potentially qualify for, because remember, it only takes 4 people personally into the system and then build out the teams. And making a difference, well, let's imagine the owner duplicates the success he had back in the 90s. Remember, he did that before the age of the internet, and he only did it in one country. Now we have 100 countries, so I think it's a very achievable goal here in the very near future. 1 million global affiliates. Let's say they average $100 in subscription. That would be $100 million a month that the company's taking in. We're going to take up to 60% of that and pay the affiliate, so they're doing incredibly well. And then we're going to take the remainder, which is up to 40 million a month. We're going to cover the company's overhead, and then everything else is going to go help children in need. So you obviously can feed many, many, many millions of children, housing and things of that nature, by creating that type of a business model, which has never been done before. Now, there are three choices at this point. The first person says thanks but no thanks. The second person said I'd love to be a customer, and the third person says I see the opportunity and I'm ready to get started. What do I got to do? Well, I'll remind you that the speed of the team is the speed of the leader, and there's only really three things you got to do to set up your business. And that's select your business in a box, select your monthly subscription, and then go out and build your mentor team as fast as humanly possible. And remember, it's only 3 people, and you can use this type of technology, these type of videos, to share with other people of how the story's being told. Anyone can send out an email. Anybody can pass along a website address. We have all kinds of webinars and all kinds of things that you can tap into, and we have videos for everything. So don't let that prohibit you from moving forward. Now, if you'd like more information, check some more stuff out. If you're not already there, go to BTG180.com. Let the person also know that you're interested. They'll probably plug you into some more private calls from some of our leadership. But regardless of your decision, I wish you all the success in the world. This is JR saying, once again, thanks for listening, and God bless.